Hello, hello. It's Tuesday. Hello, my friend Mary. Happy to see you. Okay, we're going to do something fun today. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to show you a couple of things before we get started. We'll let people have time to get on. You know, I was working on this last week. You guys watched me. And let me see if I can find, yeah, here it is. Okay. So I originally put this, I had printed it off just in a hurry, trying to get ready for the live, and put it in there, and I didn't like it because the paper was too white, and so I was going to just go find some paper that I liked with texture on it. And then it occurred to me, well, just use a page out of a book. And so I printed this up just a few minutes ago. Hi, Juanita. Hi, Vintage Made Great. Thanks for joining me, you guys. So I just decided, oh, I'll just do a book print and print that. So I only got one done before we had to go live, but the other one will be this butterfly on a book page. And let's see, do I have the other one handy? No, I don't have the other one. The other one was a dragonfly. I don't know where. Oh, well, that's the dragonfly. Let's see. Yeah, that's the dragonfly. And then there's the butterfly. I don't remember what the third one was. Oh, it was a pretty bird. Here it is. It was a hummingbird. Hi, Jerry. So I'll get the rest of those printed up this afternoon, maybe. Maybe. So anyway, I think this is turning out really pretty compared to what it was. It's not finished yet. The bottom one has some Dixie Belle bronze gilding wax on it, and I need to do that on the other two. And then I had started painting the chain with the bronze, I'm going blank, patina. And the back side of the chain needs to get painted because it's still just the white. So it's coming along. I just have had a super busy week and didn't get back to it. But I also have some show and tell real quick with you guys. IOD really outdid themselves on this last release. And so I ordered, it's called Apothecary Labels. It's really nice that they actually have it in this case to store it in, but it has two different stamps with numbers and letters in different sizes, which is awesome. And then this one with letters that are different, and then the what do you call it when they're, I can't remember what you call it when they're this way. There's a name for it. I can't think of what it is. But I thought those were really cool. And then these label stamps are really awesome. And I can see using these a lot. And it's nice that they have them in these little packages to keep them stored in. So anyway, I'm anxious to figure out what I'm going to do with those. And I'll put that back later. And then I also got these labels. Hi, Painted Paradise. That will be really pretty to do on different projects. So you'll be seeing me use them soon. So we're going to work today on this board that I got several of these because I really love the size and style of this. Let me go grab the one I did for Easter so you guys can get an idea. Hang on real quick. Okay, so here's the one I did at Easter, before Easter. And I just love this piece. I just think it just turned out so pretty. Hi, Susie. And we used the Pentart Crackle on it. And we used a stamp around the edges. And then this bunny is off of one of my decoupage tissues. So we're going to do something similar today. This is the decoupage tissue that had the bunny on it. And it also has 2 bees and 2 bunnies on the sheet. And just a FYI, you guys, there's only one of these left and then it'll be sold out. But I do, hi Susie, good to see you. But I do have more ordered and they should be on their way probably in the next week, I'm thinking. But this is, I think this is the bee. You can't find it at your Walmart? Maybe if you try, it's over in the craft section and they have like a whole wood section. You know, they're kind of like in slats. If you can't find it in yours, go online because I bet you can order it online. I went back after I did the bunny and picked up a couple more, and I love this so much I think I want to go get some more. So if I can find it at mine, Mickey, I'll let you know. But anyway, we're going to either do this bee, or there's another bee, or this bee. I love both bees, but I'm leaning towards this one. And then this bunny is on here. So there were 2 bunnies and 2 bees on this sheet, and there's only one left currently, but there's more getting printed and should be shipping here shortly. So I'm going to put the camera down and we'll get started. It's always such a hassle. There we go. So, gonna there, I think we have you pretty much all the way in. So the first thing I'm going to do is, let's see, I'm going to use this bee, and so I'm just going to cut it off. And another reason why I like those boards, you guys, is you could actually do another project on the inside, which I think would be pretty cool too. So when I had spotted these at Walmart, I just thought, oh, I got to get some of those. And then I got one and loved it so much, then I picked up a couple more. But I'm going to go online and see if they're available online too. They're nice quality. Okay, so when I am cutting a design. I don't like to cut it with the scissors. I like to use water. So I'm just going to, that's dripping. So I'm just going to squirt some water into a little cup here. And then take like a watercolor brush. There we go. And just dip it in the water and just cut an outline of how you want this paper to be cut. And then you just pull it. And it'll tear right along that cut line. I'm going to set those roses aside because I'll probably want them. Hi, Micheline. Mickey, I think I am going to crackle it because I love Crackle, period. And I especially love Crackle on when you've decoupaged. I'm thinking, because I really like the Pentart products, I'm thinking I should just look into what it would be, what it would cost to be a retailer for Pentart. Although I'll admit that just being a retailer for my own line, the decoupage tissue, keeps me pretty darn busy. I'm just setting. Okay, that was my brother calling. Even though I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, it still disturbs. So I am going to try to get, I want the crown. And there's some pretty script down here, but I think I'm going to lose it. And the reason that I like using the water to tear your paper rather than a pair of scissors is you get a really nice organic look to it, where if you're using scissors, it's all straight edged and doesn't have that organic look to it. And you know, it just doesn't get any easier than this. And I did go and top coat this with one coat of Dixie Belle in drop cloth, one of my favorite colors. So the board itself looks like this. They're such nice quality. So that's what it looks like. And then I've top coated it with a coat of drop cloth, just so all the detail on the tissue shows up oftentimes when I'm decoupaging, I'll paint my substrate with white or fluff. But in this case, oh my goodness, that's so pretty. It's pretty already, you guys. Don't you just love it? So Lisa, you like the idea of crackling it? Yeah, I was hoping I could make it fit with the crown on the top, and it just fits. Just fits. And I love all the little roses on there, and I can probably come back like I did with the bunny and put these roses on in the corners. So we'll get this much of it decoupaged, and then we'll see about the roses. So this is how I want it positioned on here. So I'm going to just pull this section back because I have it where I want it to be. I'm going to set something on it to hold it. And I'm going to start decoupaging with satin top coat, which is Dixie Belle's satin top coat. That's a really nice medium to decoupage with. And the reason why I like it is when you are working on a piece of furniture and you use the satin top coat to finish off your project, you're putting a top coat on there that's going to protect that furniture for the lifetime of the furniture. And it doesn't crack, and it doesn't crack, and it doesn't yellow. And Mod Podge will crack and yellow over time because it is not archival. And so that's why, and you don't have to put a lot on. I've seen a lot of people just really put a lot of medium on their piece, and you don't have to put a lot on. And so I'm just putting down what I call an anchor. And that's just placing it down here. And I've got some that's hanging over, but that's okay. I'll just take my sanding block and sand it off. But now that I have that anchored, then I can just pull it back like this. Let's see, I guess I need to scoot forward a little bit. There we go. So I've just scooted it back, and now I am just putting down some more decoupage medium. And this will dry transparent and clear. And I see lots of people just, you know, put their medium down over their whole piece and then hover over the top of it with their paper and lay their paper down. I don't like to do that. If that works for you, then by all means do what works for you. But this just gives me more control, and I don't have to worry about wrinkles and getting it put on straight and even. Okay, so we've got our anchor row. And so now you just continue doing the same thing. You just pull it back. And I work up to where I pulled it back. I don't want a big glob under there. So I just kind of offload here and then just work my way underneath here. And I like to just do a section at a time. It's a bee. Debbie, the wood I got at Walmart in their craft section. And in my Walmart, you know, it's where the paintbrushes and it's just, they have a whole section, and they have a whole section that's just wood things. And in my store, it's lower. It's not at eye level, it's like a lower level, and they've got slats, and then they have all of their wood things in those slats. And I bought one, did it, loved it. I went back and got 2 more. But I really love this, so I'm going to go back to mine. I'm going to check also and just see if you can order it online. If you can order it online, I'll put the link up here for you guys. But it's a pretty shape, and you can also, in my opinion, you could also do the inside of it. And it's nice quality. It's not crappy wood. It's nice wood. Now, the reason why I'm using plastic wrap is because your fingertips have a lot of texture on them, and it's enough texture on your fingertips that if I was smoothing this out, it would actually tear the paper. This is 18-pound tissue paper, and it's a nice weight for decoupaging. I personally prefer to decoupage with tissue paper. I'm not a big fan of rice paper. There's nothing wrong with rice paper. I just really like decoupaging with tissue paper. And like I said, I have one of these left in stock with the bees and the bunnies on it, but I have more ordered and should be shipping sometime next week, I'm thinking. Okay, so we've got that on there. We're going to give it a quick little dry. I know it kind of looks like a fly, but it's not a fly. The other one, I'll show you what the other one looks like. This is the other one. And in fact, I thought I was going to use this one because I liked the stamp and the postcard and stuff on it. That was the one I meant to actually use today, but this is going to turn out pretty. I'm not unhappy. Okay, so let's see about adding, I'm going to turn it back around. Let's see about adding some of these roses on here. So again, I'm just going to dip into my water here. And I like to use a watercolor brush. Okay, and let's see. I thought there were more. Okay. Okay, so now I just need to decide, like, where do I want to place these? I'm going to take this little edge down a little bit. Perfect. Oh, that's pretty there. Yeah, so we're definitely going to add these back on. So I'll turn it around. Okay, so now that I have it upside down, does the top look even? You guys, does this look like it's placed right? I think the bottom is perfect. I don't know if these look good, if they need to come up. I think that looks better. What do you guys think? Okay, thank you so much. What a nice thing to say. You know, by nature, I am a really quiet person. By nature. And I pretty much spend most of my days by myself. I just had lunch with a good girlfriend of mine yesterday. Lunch/dinner. She lives up in Heber Overgaard, and she was down for a few days. And you know, I did pretty good through COVID, still getting out and seeing people. But since then, I've become such a recluse that, because I'm busy working. Honest to goodness, I work 7 days a week. When I go to bed at night, I'm exhausted. And most of the time I get my groceries delivered. Yesterday I had to go for a doctor's appointment, and then I had, like I said, dinner with my girlfriend, and I needed some groceries, and most of the time I would just order them and have them delivered, but I actually stopped at the grocery store at Costco yesterday and actually got what I needed. So the only time I'm really talking to anybody, you guys, is when I'm talking to you. So, or Scruffy. He's a good listener. But I do really enjoy doing the lives with you guys, and I really enjoy it when you are interacting, either interacting with me or interacting with each other. Okay, I'm glad to hear that you're like me. I also have a tendency to be a bit on the shy side when I don't know people, like when I'm in a group of people that I don't know. But then once I know people, then I'm not shy at all. So I'm just making sure I get enough medium down over these edges. See how nicely that just blends in? You'd never know that I just torn it all off. But if I hadn't torn it and I had cut it, then you would see that right away. You would see a straight line right away. But because it's torn and it's uneven and jagged, your eye isn't drawn to it. And even though this medium is in my little Dixie cup here, it's Dixie Belle's satin top coat. It's a perfect medium. You can use any of the top coats. So if you have the gator hide or the top coat that's a flat, or this is the satin, or there's a high gloss, any of those work for your decoupage medium. So if you have some of those already on hand, any of those will work. And you can do this on furniture, you guys. I decoupage on furniture a lot. I used to like using the transfers, but you know, especially since I can design my own designs, I really like decoupaging better than transfers. I'm reading what you said, Lisa. Well, I went yesterday and I've done my yearly checkup, and then I had to go get an echo ultrasound yesterday because I took a couple of bad falls in December and not exactly sure what was causing that. So right now I'm just putting a coat of the satin top coat over the whole piece. And when you do this, you may see wrinkles come back up, and that's okay. Don't freak out over it. The reason for those wrinkles is because your tissue has elasticity to it. And so when it gets wet, it's going to stretch out and you'll see wrinkles. But when it dries, they're going to all lay back down flat. So don't freak out. Okay, so that's all covered. Just working it off my brush. And we're going to give it a quick dry. Talk amongst yourselves. Well, Molly, that's nice that you got your grandkids there. I'm going to be going to Boise, Idaho, and one of my daughters lives in Boise. And if you guys live in Boise or close to Boise or have friends or family in Boise, I'm going to be at the Pinners Conference in Boise on the 26th and the 27th of April. So I'm busy trying to get ready to pack up for that. And I'll be staying with my kids and grandkids and great-grandkids in Boise. So I'm looking forward to that. That's the only reason why I said I would go do the Pinners conference there. My friend Wendy lives in Pocatello, Idaho, and she does all the Pinners conferences around the whole U.S. And I helped her when she was here in Phoenix. Gosh, I think it was I don't know when it was. April? September? I don't know. Maybe it was October. I think Pinners is here in October. And then she asked if we could help her at the Boise one, and it was like, well, my friend Melissa, her 2 sons live in Boise, and I have a daughter and a granddaughter and great-grandchildren that all live in Boise, and it was like, heck yeah, that's a good reason to go up there and visit with family, and we can help her out. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, you like the satin top coat? I do too. Well, hello, Cynthia. It's not a fly, it's a bee. Flies don't have that many legs. But it's going to be pretty. It's going to be similar to the bunny. So I did the bunny before Easter, and we're going to do this Crackle, which I just love. It looks like porcelain. So I'm going over to my sister's this weekend, and we're going to, remember a couple of weeks ago when I stamped all the inks and paints on denim to try it out? I don't know if I mentioned it, but after I washed them, the ink faded a little bit. So I'm going to take ink with, but I think I'm going to do my jeans using the paint because none of that faded out. I knew it wouldn't because I have plenty of clothes that I've gotten paint on and it does not wash out. But my sister and I are going to paint some jeans, and we're using all the really cool IOD stamps I've gotten recently, and I have several jean jackets, so I'm going to take one of my jean jackets and do that too. So I'm looking forward to it. I can see my sister and visit with my brother. We're going to have dinner. I'm staying overnight because she lives across town, which is kind of like out of state. Okay. So we've got that done. Let me check your comments. Molly, you're not too late because I'm just now getting ready to do the Crackle. Mary, you guys are out of state. Mary lives real close to my sister. And I don't care what you say. That's like, that is a long ways across town. So I'm getting the Pentart out. I love this stuff, you guys. So it's the fine line, it's Pentart fine line Crackle, and it comes in 2 components. So this is component 1 and this is component 2. And you paint this one on first, and then you go on and put this one on. And before I do that, I want to sand off these little edges that are on here. So I'm just using a sanding block to do that. Takes it off real nice. Do I have any other spots? Looks like I got one there. I'm pretty much wearing this sanding block out. Okay, I think that's all that needed it. Okay, so if you guys were doing this at home, at this stage, I would say walk away. Go do something else and come back in a couple of hours. Because this is putting a lot of product on in a really short time. I've got a base coat of the drop cloth on. And now I have 2 coats of the satin top coat. And even though it's, you know, dry, I can still feel dampness in here. So my advice to you would be to just walk away and let it dry really well. Okay, so this doesn't say you have to shake it up or anything. And I've done so many projects with this. I mean, I bought a bigger bottle of it because I love Crackle. I just love Crackle. And I especially love this Crackle because it looks like fine porcelain when it's all done. But I'm telling you, it goes a long ways. So it goes on looking opaque, but it's going to dry clear. And I'll check your comments here in just a minute. I just want to, because we're going to have to dry this. So I want to get it on, and then while we're drying it, I'll look at your comments. I probably should have started with a bigger brush. Has anybody had a chance to Google Walmart and see if they have these online to order? I'm going to when I get done with this live, but I was just wondering if anybody had checked. I remember the first time I used this, of course I did it on a live, so it was like a total experiment, and I do that to myself all the time. You'd think I would know better, but you know, what better time to test things out than with you guys? So anyway, I did it on a live, and because it's a two-part, I didn't see it cracking because the crackle is so fine. It's like hair thin. It's like strands. It's like strands of hair. It's really, really fine. And then finally I saw it cracking. And then I didn't know what products, because there's, you know, you can use all kinds of powders and things. You can use all kinds of things to rub into the cracks, but I really like the Dixie Belle gilding wax in it. Okay, so just need to get the dryer out. It's not looking very good at the moment, huh? Oh, Mary, that's great. Do you mind posting the link on here for people? That would be awesome. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining us. Micheline, I know that's really hard. I'm lucky my brother and sister live here. And I have one daughter and son-in-law and granddaughter that live here. But I've spent many years living apart from my family, so I know what that feels like. Just so you guys know. Oh, Mary, don't worry about it then. I'll go on when we get off, and then I'll post it on here. But thank you for checking. You guys, you know, I like to do coasters using napkins. And I used the Pentart on one of these coasters. I don't know if you can really see the cracks. I used purple powder to put in, so you can sort of see the purple. And then that gives it a nice finish on there. And then I put a cork on the back. But a set of these was just done with napkins. Mary, I saw you text the link, so I'll just copy it and put it on here. Thank you, Terry. That's very sweet. So we have a lot of product on here, and it's taking a while to dry. So I'm going to bring the camera up. Okay, so I'm going to stop at this point because we've got so much product on here. I don't want to, because the next step is putting this step 2 on. And that's when it will chemically react with the first product that we put on, step 1. And that's when the magic happens and the cracks start to appear. And then we'll take the gilding wax and go over it. But I'm going to do all of that live with you guys tomorrow. And give this time to dry, because there's a lot of product on here. I have paint color on here. I have decoupage medium on here. And we have 1 coat of the Pentart on here. And it needs to have time to dry. So we'll finish this up tomorrow together. And thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate you coming on. Yeah, it's dinner time. And that's a good reason too. It's dinner time. So you guys, thanks so much for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The same time that you found me tonight, I'll be back on tomorrow. So you guys have a great evening, and I hope you can join me tomorrow. Thanks for being here tonight. And if you think this is something somebody would enjoy seeing, if you don't mind sprinkling it out there, I would appreciate that too. You guys have a great evening. Bye. 4 o'clock tomorrow, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So it's 5 o'clock. It's a little after 5 now. So whatever time you have, it'll be an hour earlier tomorrow. Bye.